Many people felt that, in fact, the Princess Royal had done too much, too quickly, too fast. But as I've said to you before, as she's one of my favourite royals, who would dare tell Princess Anne to slow down? But now someone has taken on that mantle. As ever, let me explain. Hi, lovely to see you as ever. Thank you for your time today. This is just really a quick video because I wanted to let you know, just for us, because as you know, the Princess Royal, Princess Anne, is of course one of my favourites. And, when she had that accident a couple of weeks back now, I said to you before, it's far sort of more serious really than we first thought. I mean, originally, of course, there you have a supreme lady around horses, and you would think, that she would know every single trick. But animals, as you know, are so unpredictable. And as we then later found out after she'd had the stint for a few nights in hospital in Bristol, well, clearly, the Princess Royal basically says she doesn't have much memory of it. Now, some people are actually suspecting that the reason why she said that is she doesn't want a lot of fuss, people going up to her and saying, "How are you?" blah, blah, blah. She just doesn't like it. Very much like her late father, the brilliant Duke of Edinburgh, His Royal Highness Prince Philip. He didn't want fuss either, you can understand. But now, sadly, I have to report that some engagements that the Princess Royal was going to undertake in Norfolk and Scotland next week have now been cancelled. And you realise on a more, shall we say, caring note, I don't want to alarm anybody, how serious they are, because also it included a visit to one of her very favourite things, which are lighthouses. And for those that know the Princess Royal, you will know she loves a lighthouse. How she climbs all of those steps, I've been on a visit there, and you kind of think, wow, a lot of energy, but she loves one of those sort of passions, I would say. Don't know where it comes from, but if you talk to her about lighthouses, you could be there for hours. Now, the reason behind this is the fact that, as the Princess of Wales famously said, you have good days and bad days, and apparently she's had a couple of bad days, a few headaches, that sort of stuff. Nothing to be alarmed about, but she was told that this may be the case from her medical team. So for those that are concerned, as I say, it's always good on this channel to be able to share things like that with you, because obviously the media, the mainstream media, sometimes can sensationalize this. Obviously, she needs to take some rest. And I would suspect that the best thing to do, in my opinion, would be for her to really remove herself away until after the summer break up at Balmoral, and of course visiting her own family. But of course, the Princess Royal is the master of her own world, as we all know, and doesn't like to take any advice from anybody, and more importantly, doesn't like to let people down. And as we know, as the hardest working royal, she certainly won't be making all of those engagements this year. But of course, all those engagements are going to be depleted, all thanks sadly to a terrible sort of year so far for the British monarch, including of course His Majesty the King's cancer, the Princess of Wales diagnosis, and let's not forget as well our good wishes still to the Duchess of York, who had her own battle, and many people kind of overshadow that. But finally, the Princess Royal will be fine, back and up and running at some point. Just cancelled these dates for now and been advised to take some rest. As ever, from everybody on this channel to you, Mom, get well soon. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.